Entrepreneurial Edge is brought to you by Business Banking from FNB, because small ideas can lead to big business. FNB, how can we help you?
Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneurial Edge. I'm Chris Bishop. Now, everyone loves a winner, and this week we have a winner on the show. This is a woman who started with nothing and is now a multi-millionaire. She has won awards and has made it into the magazine lists of women millionaires. Now she wants to list on the stock exchange to give the buying public the chance to buy a share of her success. We're talking about Trinity Ncala, the founder of T&T Appointments, a human resources recruitment company based in Johannesburg, South Africa. Let's take a look at what she does.
Our managing director realized that there were so many people unemployed and that there was a gap in the market for recruitment agencies that could take people who were previously disadvantaged, empower them. Hence, we have the training side and the recruitment side, because we empower a lot of people before we have them employed. And she turned this into a recruitment agency, and after her first placement, she got so excited to see the look on the person's face that the bug had bitten her, and she just never stopped with recruitment. We have very diverse wings. The first side is recruitment, as most of us know us, but we're actually much bigger. On the recruitment side, we have a generalist function across the board. We look at executive placements, normal, regular office jobs, specialist placements. There's virtually nothing we can't fill on the recruitment side. But then we also have a training leg where we are fully accredited. We are known for having some of the best material in the marketplace, and we love putting people through our training because then we offer internships to many of the candidates who have completed at the end. Because one of the challenges that we've seen in the marketplace is that there are people who are trained but they have no experience and they're not employable. So we've proactively gone about making sure that we could fill that gap, and we've enhanced people's ability to become employable. So what we found is a lot of people who come through our doors on the training side have got theoretical knowledge, but they can't practically do a task. And if they come to us for training, we immediately equip them with knowledge that will take them into the workplace, and they can start working and adding value from day one. On the recruitment side, we cater for everybody, from your cleaner to your top executive. We are making an absolutely radical stand in terms of wanting to uplift society, correct imbalances of the past, and it was very necessary for her to be a female.
Interesting stuff. And we have the woman herself, Trinity Ncala, the founder of T&T Appointments. Welcome to the show. Now, it's been a busy and successful year for you. I was there that night in Johannesburg when you won 2 awards on the same night. How many have you won this year?
I've won 3 awards. I think 2 weeks before the BBQ one, the one that you attended, I won Top Young Women Entrepreneur that was hosted by Top Women in Business and Government. And then 2 weeks after, down the line, I won Top Young Achiever with BBQ and Businesswoman of the Year.
So, and we're going to talk in a second about your origins and where you came from in life. But looking back on your life, how did you feel that night when you were on the stage with that Businesswoman of the Year award under your belt?
You know, every year when we enter to a new year, everybody say this is the year for good luck or this is the year for elevation. To me, it was, because everyone was saying 2011, it was the year for elevation. You know, it was the year where people are going to reap what they sow. And it was like, yes, finally, all the hard work, here I am, here are the rewards for everything that I've done, all my, you know, everything that I've put into my work. It was like, bravo, well done, Trinity.
So go right back to the beginning of your life now. You grew up in Tembisa in the East Rand, just outside Johannesburg.
Yeah.
What was your upbringing like? What was your life like?
I grew up, and this is what I always say when I encourage people who wants to start their own businesses, that look, you don't need to come from a rich family. I think our family was average. My mother was a teacher. My dad was a sales rep. I attended the Bounty education, and all I had was energy. I mean, what will happen, I've started having these entrepreneurial skills at a very young age. What we'll do, we'll go and buy grocery at your macro stores, where my parents will buy bulk groceries to make sure that it lasts us for some time. So I'll normally ask them, buy me a packet of sweets or buy me a paloni, and I'll take the stuff and go and sell them at school. And then it went on. Then I started buying, your Sigzos. It's like kind of like a drink, but you mix it with water. And I'll do ice pops, and I'll start selling them. On a bad day, my mother will tell me that I'm making a fridge look dirty and she'll be angry. But I started doing that, and then at that time I didn't know, but when I look back, I opened branches, because then I started selling ice pops at both my granny's houses. So it's just something that I grew up with. When I went to varsity, when I get pocket money, I remember there was a time that there were sneakers that when you walk, they were lit, And then I remember I was buying them for about 25 rand, and I'll go back home, because I was in Durban, and I'll sell them for 100 rand. Now we're talking over 100% profit there. So it's just something that was just in me, and nothing to do with the fact that maybe my parents could give me more. And I enjoyed living comfortably, so that really helped me, so that if I want a waffle whilst I'm at varsity, I can have it.
Do you think this thing about entrepreneurs, do you think people wake up in the morning and realize they're an entrepreneur? Do you think they're born made? What do you think?
I've heard people saying they're made. I think it's an inborn thing. I mean, I've seen people who grew up from families where there are businesses, and the person just take a totally different route. Like I said, my mom was a teacher, my dad was a sales rep. Nothing to do with entrepreneurship. As a matter of fact, my family is full of academics. So it's something that I just had. If there was somebody, or we had businesses, probably that will help me to understand some of the dynamics in business. But I truly believe it's something that you're born with. It makes it easy if you're born in the family where there were businesses.
Now, speaking about an academic background, now you went to Durban Westville, and you had ideas of training to be a clinical psychologist.
Yes.
Why didn't you go that route and follow the family tradition?
I had a baby when I was doing my 3rd year. Yeah, something that I thought my parents were going to be angry with me for the rest of their lives, but I'm sure they're proud of me today. So I had a baby, and I was just thinking, now I can't let people take care of me and take care of my baby. So I had to shorten whatever that I was doing at varsity. So I completed my junior degree, and later on I came back. I went to Rawu. I did what I was doing, it was 2 years. An honors degree in labor relations. So I thought, okay, fine, I was not a psychologist, I'll be in HR, but my passion was more in terms of being a labor lawyer, like assisting. So I think you can see it from being a psychologist to wanting to be a labor lawyer, and to being in recruitment, just working with people and helping people. It's just what I enjoy doing.
Now, in your adult life as an entrepreneur, what was your first rand that you made as an entrepreneur?
I think it was 1997, 1998. I remember the first 6 to 8 months, it was a bit of a struggle. At some point, they'll have to close the phone because we could not afford the phone. Because when I started with a partner. But I'm sure end of 2nd year of our business that year, we're just turning over 11 million.
That's not bad at all. So you basically, there's the two of you, and you were just looking for recruitment, trying to help people get skilled people in, looking for skilled people to recruit. What were the sort of origins, the roots of your business?
I'll tell you. I started, I have a baby, and I don't lose hope. I carried on, I furthered my studies, and I'm looking for a job. I struggle. I don't know how many recruitment agencies did I go to, and I really, really struggled. Sometimes you walk in, and you can't be confident. You can see that this one is mine, this job is mine. And for some reasons, I did not get those jobs. There are some recruitment agencies where I went, but I was looking for a job with other companies. They would like me. And then at that time, I did not have, as you know, my family is just your normal standard average family. I did not have my own car. I mean, I was fresh from school. I wouldn't have had my own car. So they wouldn't take me based on the fact that I don't have my own transport, because you need to travel, you need to go to clients. and then they won't take me on those bases. And then my former partner worked for one of the big recruitment agencies, I think for about 3 months. Just things did not go well, and she was looking for a job. And I said to her, why don't we start this? And she was saying, it's not an easy thing, you know, I'm worried, da, 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 da. And I said, no, but like whatever that information that you have or experience that you gained, let's put it together. And it does not have to be the product that is out there in the market. We can have our own product within this recruitment market. And that's how it started. Basically, I could not get a job. I was working for ABSA. I was an administrator. I was doing something that was not related to my studies. I was working with people that just completed their grade 12. So it was kind of like meaningless what I was doing. And that's the origin. Either I was going to be the victim of that I'm not getting a job, or I've studied for nothing, or I was going to make the best out of the situation.
You mentioned you had to close the phones because you couldn't afford it. I mean, how difficult was it in those early days with little money and a lot of ambition? How difficult was it?
It was, but I think, I mean, my husband has accused me that when it comes to money, I'm very stubborn. You know, I'm fragile in all areas of life, but if it's something related to money, I'm as stubborn as. That's what we wanted to do. My mind was on it. It was a journey, I understood that. A little bit inconveniencing because the phone is one of the key things that we needed in doing what we're doing. I mean, we need to phone clients, candidates need to phone us, we need to phone candidates. It was difficult, but hey, we kept on pushing. If it means I'll get into the car, go to the client, let me do that.
And what about the banks in those early days? I mean, one of the problems businesses like yours have is that you don't really have those assets you can use as collateral when trying to get loans. How was that?
Chris, ours was very easy. I mean, I see people today, I mean, I'm approached by a lot of people saying, I want to start a business, invest in my business. You know, I see people going up and down wanting money. I don't think, we're not starting a mine. We're starting a recruitment company. We had a place, we had a flat, she had a computer. I put in some money together, I bought a fax, and we had a printer, and we had brains, we had energy, and that's all that we needed. And I see a lot of people rushing to get cards and putting, you know, managing director, CEO, that was secondary to us. We needed to build something. And I'm glad that we had the same mentality. I remember even our first business cards, they were written recruitment consultant, not director. Because we said for us to put director there, we need to earn it. Who are we directing? You know?
Well, we're going to talk a lot more in the second half about entrepreneurialism and humility, which we're talking about now. It's been very interesting so far. It's time for a short ad break. We'll see you right after this.